busy week. Say hi, baby.
It's Monday.
Listen, it's been a week. Yeah, man. Yesterday after the what did I do yesterday?
Yeah.
The Knit-a-thon. I didn't plan this properly. I probably should have taken today off. Cause now we headed to go see Jill Scott.
We went to you did the Knit-a-thon yesterday.
And then Wednesday we got, is it Wednesday?
Yes.
Your thing?
To see Victor Fall.
So then I'm doing, right, so it's been a long
But
week.
that's not gonna be, well, I don't think that's
It's just a lot going on.
Like, basically, you know?
Yeah.
It's a book sign. The book people ain't,
Yeah, no, it's just, we don't leave the house this often, this many times in a row.
Well, we didn't leave the house yesterday.
I felt like I left the planet.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's what this week gonna be about. I'm gonna update you on the Knit-a-thon, show you the project that I decided to work on that I probably shouldn't have done for a Knit-a-thon, but we're gonna talk about it. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Gigi of GGmadeit.com. You know, the knitter, the blogger, and the iconic Orange Lady. This week, I'm tired. That's the title. I'm tired. I have stuff to share this week. So we have mail. We'll talk about the Knit-a-thon. We will talk about finished objects as well as the current whips and what I've been binging, because I haven't been talking about TV in a while. So we'll talk about what I've been binging. Y'all ready? So we are here, me and my baby. I got some version of VIP. I don't know what it was, but we get in a little earlier. I think there's a group shot or something. But at any rate, we're going to enjoy it. Jill always puts on the fabulous. I got, I got mail. We just going for it. Have you guys seen the Joy of Knitting kit from Knitter's Pride? Okay. So, first, let me turn this off. So we don't have to deal with Siri this week, because my Siri is spicy, as you learned from last week. At any rate, I'm minding my business, scrolling through the interwebs, and I saw this set. I was like, how do you purchase it? So I started looking to see if it was for sale, but at the time, it was only being sold in the UK. So I slid into the DMs of Knitter's Pride and said, can you tell me how I can get my hands on this kit? I don't see where I can purchase it. You know, is there someplace I can purchase online? Like, what's the deal? They was like, Gigi, we've worked with you before. If you want it, we'll send it to you. What you need? My address? The zip code's the same? What's happening? So anyway, they sent it. So why is that? Why is this new set important? What? Yeah. Yeah, I see the colors. It's me and Shelby. Purple and orange. It's me and my baby. And I'll put a picture right here to prove it. It's me and my baby. Anyway, so let's talk about what's in this kit. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 needles that start from a US 6 and go up to a US 11, and they're cubics. so they're square. Now, my first set of needles is Knitter's Pride. I still have my original interchangeable needle set that I bought way back when, and some of the needles are missing, some of the tips are broken. Yeah, I still have it. And I also have slid in there, and I need to pull it out so you guys can see. I'll do that. Hold on. I ain't no telling what's in here at this point, but this is my original, and you'll see when they first came out with the cubics, I have two metal ones. I don't know what size those are. Let's see. Can I tell? This is a US 8 and a US 6. So I have an 8 and a 6 in the cubics that I bought eons ago. And this set is pretty much intact. It's a couple of needles. I only have 1, 2. Like, these two don't match. So that's I only have one of a US 5 and one of a US 6. I don't know where the other ones went. But my very first, and there's a whole bunch of junk in here, but my very first Knitter's Pride kit I still have. I love interchangeable needles. I remember when I first found out about them, I was like a little kid. I was like, wait, what? They do what? So, beautiful thing. I very rarely, and I have some straight needles, but I very rarely use them. And I have some fixed circular needles, but I do prefer the interchangeable. So back to this beautiful, beautiful kit. I will say this to you. The only thing that can make this better is if every needle was orange. That's the only thing that can make it better. I'm currently knitting with them, so I will have a full, my thought process about using them. A couple of things that are important to me with the interchangeable needle, and that is the join and how easy it is for the yarn to slip over the join. The fact that when you connect them, that it stays connected and it doesn't drop off in the middle of your knitting 300 stitches. Have been there, done that. So you get the needles, like I said, the sizes. You get these very colorful stitch holders with stitch markers attached to them. You get 3 cords. You have a 16, 24, and 40. I think this is not the kits, this needles for that. That's from my other set. Hold please. They're in here. Here they are. So you have 24, 32, and 40, whatever the 40 size is. That comes with that. Then you get, which I think is super cute, these tapestry needles, but instead of having to thread the eye, it has this little loop there to put your yarn through instead of, which I think is cool. So you get 3 of them, and they're staying on color. You know, the orange, that burgundy-ish, and the purple is the 3 colors that you get. Then you get the needle stoppers also in the same colors, and the pins to tighten the needles. So you got this little pouch that holds that. You got the big pouch that holds the needles, and it has a zipper in it, so you can. The only other thing that I would change, if I had to change anything, I wouldn't have this part here so that it can really open up and you can really lay the set down and see your needles in total. But because orange. The main thing that attracted me to this was because orange. But how cute is these? So like I said, I will have a use review hopefully next time I come back to tell you how I'm enjoying using them. I slid back in their DMs again to thank them because they shared my my post about it, and I was like, only thing that could make this better is all orange. Why they send me a message back talking about, Gigi, would you like us to make all orange needles for you? Does the sun rise and set every day? Yeah, I absolutely. So stay tuned. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but that was the one thing I got in the mail. The other thing I got in the mail were some, well, you guys know my is stickers for my planners. And this young lady, Ebony's Moon, I've talked about her before, I believe. She had made these drawings of these, you know, when you don't feel good, the Vicks, the, you know. And I was like, you making them stickers? And she was like, I hadn't considered you might want to do that. She was like, if they were stickers, would you buy them at ASAP? So I had to be a woman of my word. When she made the stickers, I got them. So you got night supposedly baked like NyQuil, a jar of Vicks, a bowl of soup, cough drops, tissue box, cup of tea. I think these are perfect. You guys know I love my stickers. I love my journals. So that came in the mail. The other thing that came in the mail, I love pre-ordering. I absolutely love it because I forget about this stuff. And then when it comes in the mail, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I ordered that. Tabitha Brown has a journal, a guided journal for feeding the soul. And it says seen, loved, heard. And if you're a journal writer or if you keep a journal, I think it's nice when you have a guide, like if you are at a loss of what you want to say, which I don't often have that problem. I usually throw up in my journal, but I just like the way it's set up. Like this first one, the first thing that I felt to, of course, it says, hello there, and I dare you. The first chapter is, that's your business. If you know Tab, I dare you not to read that and hear her voice. And all around that, it says, love yourself. And the first prompt, it says, when you hear someone say love yourself, what emotions show up for you? So again, as it says, it's a guided journal. And it has like little sayings out throughout. The things we keep inside, they grow. You deserve to be free from it. You owe yourself the freedom so you can breathe again. So, you know, right up my alley. So I was happy about that. I got one, you know, most stuff I buy in twos, so I don't have to fight my baby. So I got one for me and the kid. And then you guys know I've talked multiple times about my Alex L, How We Heal. Love that book. I believe I told you guys about After the Rain when I first got that. So this is by her as well. This is her latest New York Times bestseller. And I happen to be scrolling through Amazon, and you know how they like what they pay attention to what you like and what you search, and so they brought her forward, and there was some other books by her that I didn't have. So this is Encourage, another journal, another guided journal, but a little more vague, kind of guiding you, but not as specific. So morning, it says, today is a new day to learn. I am, I will, I can. What I have lost doesn't define my I will stand encouraged today by. So, like I said, it's giving you guides, prompts to get your feelings to start flowing so that you can write what you want to talk about. I'm learning how to face my grief when it comes to the surface. Whew. God led me to that page because that is one of my big issues. And then the other one, same thing, another journal. This one says, today I affirm, a journal that nurtures self-care. And same guide, you know. And this one looks like it's numbered. This is the first time I'm opening up. Self-care teaches me that I can pour into myself just as much as I pour into others. I will say that again for the people in the back. Self-care teaches me that I can pour into myself just as much as I pour into others. That is my big problem. I put me last. I'm always willing to take care of the next one. Give yourself permission to unfold, bloom, and grow. So those were, oh, and the other thing, mindful messages. I love positive thoughts, positive affirmation, positive energy, right? So I think I've shared my attitude is everything deck with you guys. I can't put my hands on it right this minute, but my attitude is everything. Like my favorite one with attitude is everything card is the loudest voice you hear is your own. So watch your mouth, talk nice to you. Mindful messages, same concept. I'll just grab a card and tell you what it says. The one that popped up says new adventures. Today I open myself up to new adventures. I go out and do something I've been holding back from. I move through the fear rather than let it control me. I trust my intuition and follow my desires. Again, everything is right on because got to move through my fear. Like I've told you guys that a lot of times, that a lot of things that I do, I'm afraid of. Fear had me in a chokehold, but I did it anyway. Like the card said, I moved through my fear. So that was mail. I will put links to everything below if you're interested in anything that I showed. The needles, if I can find some place, because I think you got to go through a yarn shop. I don't think you can buy directly from Knitter's Pride, but I will investigate that and put that information in the description box. Okay? You ready for a finished object? Let's go. So when we were last together, I was working on the pattern that I always say backwards. Mindfully mindless. Guys, look. It's really just a big tube that the decreases are done on each side. Right? And you just fold it in on itself and wear whatever side you want to wear. So if you are feeling like the thick stripes today, then that's what you do. If you are feeling like the thin stripes today, then that's what you do. I think this is the cutest, and I just couldn't visualize how I was going to get there, but the provisional cast on, which I did again with no problem because I'm grown and fancy in this knitting situation. Yes, I am. But you take out and then you just knit in the other direction. It was just so cool. So now, I think I showed you the yarn that I purchased from Mayak. Same thing, it's a hat, but it's like the hot pink and the orange. Same concept, reversible. And as I looked at the pictures, now I get it. It's the same thing. So it's probably going to be and provisional cast on, knit up one direction, make your decreases for the crown, and then take the provisional out and knit in the other direction, and then same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. And now that I know, I can get into it. So I'm happy about that. So I was pleased for this. This is a nice, thick, warm, and it's the Lamb and Kid Serendipity, which is 100% cashmere. I'm fancy. Just I don't even know what to tell you. I need to stop. I remember a time not knowing that you can buy cashmere to knit with. I remember, you guys remember them little crochet scarves that like made these ruffles? Everybody was wearing them ruffle scarves. I remember my nail tech at the time wanted me to make her one. She was like, but I need it in cashmere. And I was like, I don't know how that's going to happen. That was before I had been introduced to local yarn shops and natural fibers and so forth and so on. So yeah, I'm fancy. So that is finished objects, and I'm gonna roll right into whips because, well, you know what, we're gonna separate this out because we're gonna talk whip and we're gonna talk knit-a-thon because yep, that's what we're gonna do. So before we get into this whip, let's talk about Knit for Food Knit-a-thon, which took place on Sunday, March 26th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I am still suffering. However, I had a target of 25,000. That's what I wanted to hit because the previous year I had done 20,200 something. Well, we got to Saturday and I was at 19,000. And I was like, can I do 6,000 in 2 days? So I got in front of the camera and I talked to the people. And I explained why this was so very important. And we ended, and I say we, Team GG. Team GG is everybody that supported, everybody that donated, everybody that shared, everybody that cheered me on, everybody that's Team GG. $27,655. $27,650. Listen. Blown away. Like I got misty when I think that was on Saturday that we broke the 20,000 mark. I was like, okay, once I broke where I was last year, I felt like I made year-over-year improvement. And I really was feeling like it was going to be hard to raise another 4,000 in such a short span. But listen, Team GG showed up and showed out. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And some real life stuff happened to show how important this knit-a-thon is and how necessary the funds raised were. So if you were able to donate, whether you sent $5 or $500, and some people actually did that. They sent me $5. I was like, thank you. Was the tornadoes in Mississippi. All those people that were devastated, lost everything. As we were knitting, World Central Kitchen, the representative that came on, one of the questions was, would they get involved? And she was like, we have people on the ground assessing right now. She said, we go, we assess, and we feed who needs to be fed. You know, they try to make sure that they support local restaurants and things. And in this case, everything got tore up, so they had to bring the food in. But this is a real time, happening right now situation that your money helped feed some people instantly, right? So it wound up overall 300 and I forget the final number for overall 360. I want $340,000 even is what the final number was. So it was like 85,000 Yes, $85,000 went to each organization. So Feeding America, Meals on Wheel, World Central Kitchen, and Team No Kid Left Hungry. No Kid Hungry. $85,000. So just World Central Kitchen was on the ground right here, right now in Mississippi, doing what those people needed, which was some food, because that tornado was devastating and they lost everything. So to not have to worry about being able to eat is a beautiful thing. And I am happy that I was able to participate. So, having said that, my whip this week is the Nydia, I'm gonna think she said, I don't know how she pronounces it. Nydia cardigan by Vanessa Smith. I showed you guys this last week. This is my first pattern by Vanessa. So I am just I'm just finishing up the shirt rows for the shaping. So I got my back and my arms and my front going on here, and I think I goofed a little bit with these short rows, but I'm gonna make it happen, because what I'm not gonna do when it's fancy business, I don't pull out. I don't try to go backwards and fix. But look at this texture. Is this yummy? Is this yummy texture? I don't know what this stitch is called, but I am loving it. I made a mistake early on that I was able to pull out and go back. And then I love this braid detail that's in between the ribbing and the main stitch design. Can you guys see it? This is the first time that I've done anything like this, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, you guys know this is same yarn I'm wearing right now is the La Bien Ami. This is RGO. This is their Merino DK. And I'm loving the piece of material that it's making. And as you see, I have my Knitter's Pride. This is the size 6. Yes, because it starts at a 6. So this is the size 6 needle, the cubics that I'm using right now. That's why I said once I get through it, I will let you know, give you some feedback. But I am currently using them. And that's what I'm working on this week. I'm really proud of myself for the money that we raised for the Knit-a-thon. I was sore the next day from sitting for so long. I tried to get up and stretch, but I'm really proud. So if you participated, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So also this week, after this, I'm going to add a little bit of vlogging. Just a couple little clips. This week, I didn't do things well. I didn't use my calendar properly, because you had the 12-hour knit-a-thon Sunday. Monday night was Jill Scott concert. You guys should know, if you don't know, absolutely, positively adore Jill Scott. Have seen her multiple times in concert, and I will throw my money at her each and every time. So Shelby and I went right here in a couple cities over in Newark. It was a blast at the NJ Pack. We had a wonderful time. I should have taken Monday off, or I should have taken Tuesday off. Something. I didn't do any of that well. Then this evening, this footage will probably be in next week's, but this evening I'm going to support Shelby at a book event in Brooklyn. So we're doing that tonight. So it's been I think Monday, I was like, it's been a week. Shelby was like, Mommy, it's Monday. I said, I feel like it's been a week. So that's why I said I'm tired. I'm trying to be a big girl and go out on school nights. No, I ain't got no business going out on a school night. None. But yeah, all good, all good. Blessed that I'm healthy enough to go and do these things and have fun. So it's been a blast. So let's talk about the other part of my addictive nature, and that's binging. So you guys know, maybe you don't, I have a very addictive personality. When I love something, I obsess over it. So this world that we live in that allows you to binge TV shows and not have to wait a week is not good for me, because I will sit up and binge an entire series from season 1 to episode 1 to whatever. Just so the other thing I love is how, in one respect, we get tired of being watched. In the other respect, I love that Netflix or any of the streaming platforms collects your information so they know what you like. And they'll send you an email and it's like, we got a show coming. We know you're going to like it. And that's how I got an email from Netflix about Night Agent. I think that's the name of it. I love a good something is screwed up in the government and the espionage and the trying to blame other folks for stuff they ain't do and it was 10 episodes. When I tell you that show had me in a chokehold yesterday, I had forgot about it. And Shelby was like, "Mommy, did you start Night Agent yet?" And I was like, "No, I didn't, because I forgot." And I turned it on, and baby, from the rooter pop, it had you like, oh. And then it was like, I was so ingrained. Shelby kept coming in here and talking to me, and she was scaring me because I was like in it. Like, I was like, oh, so good, so good. Downfall is, when it ended, I was so wound up that I couldn't go to sleep. So back to where I started. I'm tired. Same with books, right? So I told you guys I was listening to Shadow and Bone, right? Those audiobooks are only available on Audible. So I had to download Audible because I usually do the books on Apple Books or iBooks or whatever they call it, is what I usually do. But the books are not available. So I got the 2 books, actually, because I do Amazon Prime. They offer me 2 free credits with Audible, blah, blah, blah. I did all that, got the 2 books. But I'm finished. So now I'm aggravating my poor child. How do I get more credits? Because I need to listen to the 3rd book now. Like, I obsess, and like I sit up and there's nothing like laying back. Even when I read a hardcover book, which I don't do too much anymore, if I get into it and it's really good, I'm just gone. I look up, I'll be like, oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Take your tail feathers to bed, girl. So I listened to Shadow and Bone, and then the second one is, hold please. It's 3 in that series, Shadow and Bone, and I can't think of the names of the other one, but I finished the second one, which is really, like, I could kind of see the connection between the show on Netflix and the book, so I was happy with that. So I need to do the 3rd one, but in the meantime, and in between time, I've been listening to Fire and Blood from George Martin, which is where the House of Dragons come from. So that's talking about the people, the great 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 parents, daddies, mommies, grandpas of all the families, the Targaryens, all of them, right? Lannisters. So I'm listening to that. And for whatever reasons, because I have attempted to listen to Game of Thrones, and I usually can't get through much of it. And I don't know if that's because the person that's narrating, but this one, his voice is fine. I'm getting it. I'm into it. So I'm doing that until I can get my credit so I can finish the trilogy. It's a good thing I don't do drugs or drink alcohol, because I would have a problem. So I think that's all I have for this week. Like I said, Shelby and I are venturing out later on. The weather is nice, so that should be a nice little outing. And I will be, the Knit Collage Spring Knit-a-thon will be coming up soon. I always participate. I haven't seen what the new patterns are yet, but I will be participating, so I will be sharing my affiliate link in that respect. If you want to join us, feel free. And if you do, I appreciate if you use my link. Every little penny helps support the GG Fund. And I think that's it. I can't think of nothing else. So, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, for liking, for commenting, for sharing. I appreciate all of that. And most importantly, have a fabulous week on purpose. And watch your mouth. Talk nice to you. Okay? Okay.